my second upload today is a look back into how our school had made its task as an extension provider, an extension service provider. Long ago, there was a school in Echado, Quiapo, Manila. Beginning, just opened a secondary school whose teachers within the time frame that they are starting had exerted effort to fulfill their tasks as academic mentors, as academic providers for the young minds who had enrolled in that school. But as if teaching in school is not enough, they spent their Sundays after the church duties has been performed to extend other forms of knowledge transfer, skills transfer, health protocols transfer, and demonstrations to places, communities that are participative enough to join this kind of service that the school is giving freely. That was around 1976. Okay, 76. So every Sunday, after lunch, the teachers come together, go to a certain locality to extend service in the form of teaching meat processing, teaching teaching, coming up with lectures on health protocols, coming up with cooking demonstrations, coming up with grassroots theater. And at the end of the term, the culminating activities that were held were such fun and very motivating enough. So the teachers who had performed their tasks are not paid. They do or they did their tasks freely, for free. No compensation. Why? Because as teachers, the academy made use of teachers to perform extension services. That was long ago. Later, when that school developed into an institution, into a college, and work for a university status, okay, it has to really formalize its extension services. Okay. So the extension service of that school was enhanced, was improved, delivering many technology transfer activities to communities that needs to be assisted so that there will be sustainable source of additional income for the family. I still remember we made use of apprenticeship program with participation of some brethren and locals in Nueva Ecija, where we have volunteer students to undergo apprenticeship program to be taught basics of mechanical work in terms of cars, buses, jeepneys, okay? And later, when they graduated, they were hired. They were hired. They were employed in one of the big bus companies flying the area. So what happens? There is some improvement in the lives of these people. We also had some form of another livelihood training program, bag making. Another skills transfer that we were able to do with the participation of community people who had business, and they are willing to share the skills involved in their business to those who are willing to learn, is bag making. This bag making thing has something to do with school bags, backpacks, traveling bags, and other forms of bags that could be sold. And they were taught how to do not only to make these bags, but also they were taught how to do costing, how to add something for their earnings when they sell the bags, okay? And later, they were able to come up with employment, hired by the shop that provided them training. Another one is a beauty parlor. A very kind and generous owner of a beauty parlor had provided them with skills training, apprenticeship program again, for those who are willing to learn manicure, pedicure, hair cutting or hair trimming, makeup, types of cosmetics that are fitted for complexions, fitted for something to do with age, something to do with costing, those that are affordable, okay? And they were also hired by the owner, okay? Another was slipper making. It was a form of technical sharing, okay? Technical sharing of one of more successful entrepreneur in the field of making slippers, making footwears, okay, using synthetic materials. Okay. The students ended up with home industry. Their houses were, after they have been trained, how to do the model, how to measure the fit for the footwear that they will have to make, okay? Designs, okay? They were taught how to design, they were taught how to cut models, patterns, so on and so forth. They were able to come up with their home industry, shoe making, slipper making, and they were taught how to sell. They prepare the materials, okay, later in the afternoon, so everything that they had finished within the day, the next day they'll go to the market to sell them. So there is money, there is income that comes for the shoemaker, that comes for the slipper maker, that comes for the maker of children's wear. Another project that we had in these communities is, like, for example, a community that has to have some form of agricultural assistance. They were taught hydroponics. Okay. They were taught how to make organic nutrients for the soil. They were taught how to come up with meat processing for the ladies. They were taught how to come up with the right way of preparing bread. Okay? Bread, and bake shop, bakery. Okay? Food for the family is there. Okay? So the thing is, everything was shared through extension program. When the extension programs came up with communities in Rizal, they had this isang suklay, isang gunting project. The students of the non-formal education, were able to come up with their project, coming up with sets of tools for hair trimming, the cape, the scissor, the the right comb, the right pattern, design of hair cutting, hair trimming for men and for ladies. It was only a day teaching them, one whole day teaching them how to do this. And then the next morning, they started calling on to their neighbors, magpagupit kayo. Okay. First time, it was libre. Second time, it's now already with a fee. Very affordable. See? Very affordable. Okay. So, within the week, the baon of the students, the children, were not anymore a problem to the parents because they have extra income coming from what skills they have learned. So, in that sense, skills are transferred through extension program. As an accreditor, I am an accreditor of schools. I am assigned to accredit the area of extension service. There was this school in Mindanao whose partner community are within the areas where there are quarrels between the military and some people, nice people around. So, but I have to go to their place so that just to see what they have done. Accompanied by my other accreditor friend, we went there. And what did we see? A palay drying place. They do not anymore spread their palays along the street, but they were able to come up with the drying place for their product, for their corn, for their palay. Okay. Why? They were assisted by the school. The technical essence of the school, of the drying processes, were assisted and freely given to the community people. And there they are now able to come up with a small-scale drying place for their produce. Though the place was dangerous, still the school went there and assisted them. And for the other materials that they were taught in extension service, the school offered a place in the school campus where they can come up and display their products. People go there to buy them. Rugs, sugars, mascobados, okay? Sweets, what else? Swings, yung mga duyan na native, okay? It was really a form, the extension service that were provided were forms of concerted efforts of both the community and the school. There was partnership. Okay? And that's the essence of extension. The school, especially the higher institute educational institute can really provide services, technology transfer, learning, knowledge transfer, skills transfer to the community in need of assistance. And that is one of the tasks of the academia. So, our school training is very much a way of not only acquiring knowledge, but also extending assistance to needy communities. I hope you are able to appreciate and understand the extension work that is assigned to schools so that they can provide the learnings, the skills, the assistance needed by partners communities. Diba? According to the newly elected and inaugurated president, babangon tayong muli. Sama-sama tayong babangon muli. And extension is a classic example of that sama-samang activity, sama-samang pagbangon. It's non-political, see, but socially, it is providing efforts for sustainable type of living. Thank you, and I hope you like my very brief explanation of how extension works and how the school could help come up with development, progress for a third world country like us. Thank you. Please subscribe, mark the notification bell, and continue viewing our uploads. Thank you so much. See you later.